Hello. Hello, my friends. I just want to tell you how enthusiastic I feel about the world, about us, about myself, about my birthday, and about what these things mean to me, and about the 40-day practice. I would suggest to you that you're more stable when you're moving towards something than when you're just treading water. In this time, I feel it's incredibly important to have something that you are moving towards that's not subject to the fluctuation of the outer world. You know, something that stabilizes your inner relationship to calm and to confidence and to hopefulness. A way of being in the world, but not of the world. So what I'm suggesting is that we can develop a relationship to the world around us where we stay in calm and in relative joy, even as things are really challenging. And one of the reasons why I want to encourage enthusiasm in you is because we need it. We need to be enthusiastic. We're not going to make things better by getting more angry than somebody else is angry. I've really seen that a lot where people just think that rage is going to win the day. And I actually don't feel that way. I feel that rage is out of control, a raging fire. Rage doesn't know when to stop. However, we can, through being calm, by being confident, by being open to intuition, we can find a way through this challenge and end up coming through this in a way that improves us as individuals and as a human society and as an American society. Let's do this. Let's do this. Remember the story of the 100th monkey, you know, the island where they were teaching animals or monkeys to gather food in a specific way, and then suddenly all of them in that island began to do it, and then there was a critical mass and the monkeys in the next island began to do it as well. They had no contact, and yet somehow in some connected way underneath the surface this was able to spread. I would suggest this is what has happened to us recently in our world, and particularly in our country and in this particular community. We have to understand that what we focus on with intensity and commit to every day, when you focus on being angry every day, then you expand on that. It begins to just build a mushroom cloud. I want to suggest that we step up and get calmer, get more confident, become more respectful, become more patient, and really develop the active listening that allows us to find the muse, the intuition that's going to give us that innovation that's going to help us work our way out of this. It's time to start feeling good. It's time to start feeling good about yourself as a human being. Time to feel good about being a citizen of the Twin Cities. And also time to feel good about yourself as a citizen of this country, America. I'm not talking about hiding from the atrocities. That's part of the DNA of this country and of this world. However, just remember, there's something really beautiful about being American. There's some ideals that are really, really noble, even if we have not followed through with them. I mean, it's kind of like a preacher who is hypocritical about what he's preaching, but it doesn't mean that there's not something important about that message, even if he's not following it through. Just as, even though we as Americans are living in a country that has been affected by tribalism for the whole gig, for every bit of it, we can find the beauty and the nobility of this idea of bringing people from all over the world, different cultures, to one place and finding a way to work things out. You know, we as human beings don't have a real great history of being kind to people that aren't the same as us. We can work this out. You know, so the 100th monkey, there was this transference. It also works the other way. You know, I've also been watching a lot of chimpanzee videos, and it's amazing to me because these animals have, I've been watching a lot of wildlife videos, but the chimpanzees really have a viciousness about them, a real anger that they approach things, a real sense of feeling an injustice. Chimpanzees are very strong about feeling a sense of justice, as we all do as human beings. But with chimps, they become explosively violent if they don't feel like they were fairly treated. I would suggest that there is some part, and by the way, another element with them is that they would also lose it and just become incredibly violent, a mob scene. I would suggest to you that we as human beings are also like that often in places like Rwanda, Nazi Germany, the pogroms of Eastern Europe, against Jewish people, the atrocities against native people of this continent, and the atrocities perpetuated on Africans. That's also infectious. And haven't you felt the pull towards it? I have been so angry. But I know anger is not the way. At least not my way. The Buddha said that you have to pick up a burning hot coal in order to throw it at someone. This is the process of being angry. You hurt yourself before you damage them. So consider doing the 40 days with me. Pick one thing, your most challenging area, and build towards improvement. Don't try to be perfect, just improve. Or maybe pick an area that you have a strength in and improve that. What we want to do in this process is through the 40 days, the first week, and we can do it many different ways, but one way is the first week, just be open. Just chart what you actually accomplished towards your goal. And gradually, with kindness, build it towards the last. And I'm asking you to find an enthusiasm for being who you are as a human being and all the beautiful people who have been human. Yes, we can't hide from the horror of humanity, but don't forget the joy of humanity. I'm going to ring the bell. I'm going to ask you to listen carefully. Here we go. I have been a socially awkward person throughout my life. Oftentimes giving the impression that I wasn't, but it's always been or often been a challenge. And this is a challenge to me. But I'm willing to do this, to step up and become more public as a person, because you are worth it, we are worth it, and our children's future is worth it. I bring my hands into prayer position and I bow to you. And the truly noble people in all of our lineage. Namaste. Thank you.